vakuti hatautotsvaga zvimwe zvinodarika zvauri kuita izvi.
Yes.
Dai vana Bill Gates nana Elon Musk nana Jack Ma nana Abramovich vaine mupepanhamo uri kuAfrica wokuti munhu akangowana kasendi akutoti ndionei dai achimhoresa vanhu echimutika Bill Gates. Dai Africa ikabatsirika ikasimudzirwa vanhu vanogadzirira vanhu example yakanaka yekuti zvakanaka kuti kana uine chawagona kuita uinspire vamwe.
Yes.
But you don't inspire others by dissing them, by telling them that you are useless. If you don't have this, you are not blessed, you are not wise, you are not working hard enough. That's not a role model. You are forgetting that 5 years ago, you were at this same level that you are now speaking against. Were you lazy at that time? Were you foolish at that time? Were you stupid like you are describing them right now? We have got successful business people who are very, very humble, very, very modest, and very, very intelligent as well. Zvino mari baba svinyura ikasvika pamunhu asina njere obva abata mari. But I think I've been saying this and I want to educate our believers as well. You know, this social media issue, it was never meant to be what we are doing with it right now. And I think it is wrong for our governments to allow certain technological facilities to just come into our country without proper education, proper orientation. You don't have to live your whole life on Facebook. You don't have to live your whole life on Instagram. It's a sign of foolishness.
Yes.
If you are a girl, you want to get married, why should you post pictures when you are half naked on Facebook? Why should you write everything about yourself on social media? If you want to find a man, a modest man, a decent man, who doesn't like that life, what are you going to tell him about yourself? Because he can read everything about you on Facebook.
Yes.
And somebody may actually like to have a business relationship with you. Somebody may want to have a friendship with you. Some people have been taught to do due diligence. They will look around you. They will try to make a few investigations about you. What kind of a person am I going to do business with? What kind of a person am I going to be dating? What kind of a person am I going to have as a friend? Some of them, they are preserved. They don't want that loud life. You see, some of them, they were well groomed. And maybe you have attracted him or maybe you have attracted her. But what you do on Facebook, you will make them to doubt you. This person. Some of you, you are just not well-mannered. But you are not well-groomed, but you are decent. You are not prostitutes. You are not thieves. You have got values, but people cannot see your values because what you portray on social media is against what is valuable inside you. Your own values and principles and virtue.
Yes.
Don't put everything about you on social media. Allow people to ask you something. Saka wakazvarwa kupi? Kadani mukomana akakuramba obva wati mukomana bus stop unoburuka vamwe vanokwira. Then after 4 years pone kwa bus stop ava 7 iye ada kuroora. Anoti uyu amo veteranu hacharooreka. Itawo zvimwe zvinhu zvokuti vanhu vanokubvunzawo kuti zvakafamba sei, zvakamira sei. kwete chinhu chese unenge uchati ukatenga underwear chaiyo uchaendesa pasocial media. Tatenga underwear nyowani. Facebook yamuri kumhanya nayo iyi, rimwe zuva uchaita ungo chanogara mumwena yakupandukira Facebook iyi.
Yes.
Nekuti zvimwe zvinhu zviri kukuitira zvakanaka nhasi, after 40 years from now vazukuru vako vachakubvunza nezvayo. Ndimi here apa gogo. Uriwoti vazukuru mendi kutsanangurire mazuva iwayo nandichiri stupid. Vana vanotadza kudedza gogo kuchikoro. Gogo vakaonekwa pasocial media 40 years ago, picture yavo ichiripo nanhasi. Vachiita zvinhu zvisina maturo. Inini semushumiri dzimwe nguva ndokubatsirai. Izvi zvimwe zvachona izvi hazvisi zvokuti uende kudenga, ndezvokungotiwo uri deme, but udeme hwacho uritewo nani.
Yes.
We have got our own sisters, and I am not happy about them. So many of them. I remember a few weeks ago, I was browsing on the Facebook, trying to just look around, seeing what is happening. I think I was looking for a certain spare part for one of my vehicles. And then suddenly there popped up a video, and one of our sisters was speaking about sex and using a very inappropriate and indecent language. Maybe today you are a prostitute, but have you ever figured out that you are going to sometimes one day decide to stop being a prostitute?
Yes.
And you are going to decide to be a woman who is grounded in character. At that point, one of your children may find a man to marry them. How is your son-in-law going to view you if he watches those videos? If I have got a sister who records videos about the bedroom, saying all those words, and then I want to send my daughter to that sister of mine so that she may teach her, my daughter, good character as a woman. Can I do that? I can't. Especially our sisters who are in UK, you are a disgrace. Are you looking for attention? Do you want to make money? Do you really think that those few pounds you are making are worth enough that you can end up behaving like an animal like that? Don't you have brothers? Don't you have sisters? Some of you, your relatives are going to start to avoid you. Even when you try to meet in town, they are going to change direction. Because you bring shame to the family. You may be a prostitute. You may have a very, very porous character. But don't you think that have the decency to hide? Because if you are going to decide to reform, at least there are few people who know about your animal behavior.
Yes.
That's not right.
Yes.
Zimbabweans in the diaspora, I'm calling unto you to revise the manner in which you are ill-portraying our country. Zimbabwe is now appearing like a country of prostitutes. Some things that are supposed to be handled at a family level, people are recording videos where they are shouting to their sisters and brothers and cousins on social media. Why? I would advise our government leaders to consider setting up an organization that controls and educates people how they communicate using certain platforms that are introduced by technology each and every time, so that our people may not just buy a phone and realize that there's Facebook and nobody teaches them what is Facebook built for. They just start to use Facebook and they sell and expose their indecency all over like that. It is not right. It is not right. There are certain jobs in this world where before they give you a job, they look around all your social media activities to find out if you have got a decent character. You may be qualified, but your character will bring shame to the company. There are certain companies like that.
Yes.
I hope I've advised you well. Unongofuma watu tete wenyika yeseso. Tete ningi. Iwo vana tete vedu zvavakaraira ana mai vedu ndo marairwa avakaitwa. Zvamunogona kuraira vakadzi kuti vanoita same bedroom mukagoshayawo varume sei nekuchenjera kwesoko. Akakudza kuti marriage inochengetwa nebonde ndiani. This is shameful.
Yes.
It's shameful. Do you know that you are going to cause invaluable damage to your children's lives by doing that? Because if you are going to have a child, if you are doing like that and you send your child to school, your child is not going to find friends. Because I can't allow my child to play with a son or a daughter of somebody who behaves like that. People are going to say, don't play with so and so because his mother is ill-mannered. You are ruining your children's lives because you are behaving in a way that causes people not to want to allow their children to be close to your own child. This is not about coming to church. This is not about joining Jesus Revelation Ministries. It is nothing about being a member of our church. It's about just being a normal human being.
Yes.
You will not be doing it for me. And by the way, I don't want money from you. I'm just trying to say, when did this start? You were not born like this. Mm-hmm. It's not right. It's not. Mashoko acho avanofarira kutaura hatisina kumbobvira takanzwa vabereki vedu vachitaura kubva tichizvarwa. Tayanzwa achitaurwa nezvidhakwa zvinoitira wetu mumarodhi tichifamba. Ndo wataakunzwa munhu achirekodha vhidhiyo so achitaura mashoko iwayo. Unokokwawo sei nevamwe kana uchidaro? Saka vanhu vachati kudii pamusoro pako kana wafa? Form 4 chaiwo wakafoira. Chawakangogona bedzi kutaura zvinhu zvemburugwa. Ndo zvaunogona kutaura chete. Ndopo wakabudisa ziso kuti ndakachenjera ipapo. Tida kutaura zvakati. Kana usina hama iri kutaura newe sezvandiri kuita izvi, hautorina futi hama. Because zvandiri kutaura izvi unofanira kuwana anokuudza wodzoka kuita munhu. Hazvisi kubhadhariswa zvandiri kutaura izvi. You can just take my advice and be a better person.